The wind is the first language. It carries the scent of dust, of distant rain, and of fear. Zaya, matriarch of the Whispering Clan, stands on a low rise of granite, her long arms and short, powerful legs marking her as Australopithecus, a creature of the in-between, no longer ape, not yet the man to come. Her people, a small brown scatter of furred bodies, wait silently behind her. Before them, the mammoth herd grazes, a moving mountain range of shaggy hair and curving ivory. They are the true kings of this Pliocene savanna, their footfalls the slow, deep drumbeat of the world. Aya raises her hands. The clan watches. The mammoths do not. Not yet. Her movements are not for her own kind. She is speaking to the wind, and to the great matriarch of the herd, the one they call Old Mother. Her fingers weave the air, creating symbols of what she has seen. A flat palm held low to the ground, earth. Fingers hooked into claws, big cat. A sharp, chopping motion towards the west, hunting there. It is a silent, intricate ballet of meaning, a gestural language born from a million moments of shared observation across generations. It is the clan's greatest secret, their most potent magic. Old Mother, her hide a road map of old scars, finally raises her colossal head. Her small, intelligent eyes fix on the tiny figure on the rocks. She sees the gestures. A low rumble starts deep in her chest, a vibration that the clan feels in their bones more than they hear with their ears. It is her reply, understood. Her trunk lifts and curls, a slow, deliberate S-shape. We move east. This is the compact. This is the symbiosis that allows them to exist. The Whispering Clan are not the mammoth's masters. They are its eyes, its scouts, its interpreters of a world too subtle for the giants. In return, the herd is their fortress. Its sheer scale is a shield against the horrors of prehistoric life. The small, chittering dinosaurs that haunt the scrubland do not dare approach the herd. The lone hunting cats give the moving mountain a wide berth. The clan lies within the circle of the mammoth's power, a fragile truce in a world of endless violence. They are a core part of this slice of hominid history, an evolutionary gamble on cooperation instead of conflict. As the herd begins to shift, a great river of life turning its course, the clan moves with it. They walk beside the giant's legs, their children sometimes reaching out to touch the coarse, dangling hair of a passing calf. They do not ride, they do not ride. They do not cleanse, a broken branch, a distant dust cloud, the unease of the birds, and translate it for their partners. It is a bond of mutual necessity, a fragile bridge of intellect thrown across the vast chasm between two utterly different species. They are two parts of a single, successful organism, navigating a world that would have crushed either of them alone. Aya watches the sun begin its descent, painting the sky in shades of orange and blood, and feels the familiar, fragile peace of another day survive. The peace is broken by a new scent on the wind. It is the sharp, musky odor of a cat, but it is layered, thick with the presence of many. It is wrong. Zaya finds the tracks near a dry riverbed. They are cat prints, wide and deep, but there are too many of them, overlapping in a way that speaks not of a single hunter's passage, but of a group moving with purpose. They are the tracks of Homotherium, the scimitar-toothed cats, ghosts of the long grass. But even their presence is not the true source of her fear. It is the pattern. They are not following the herd. They are moving parallel to it, using the ridges and gullies for cover. They are flanking it. Zaya's hands fly, her movements surge in desperate, big cat. Many, moving beside us. Danger. Old Mother sees her from across the plain. The great matriarch answers with a deep, rumbling call. The herd reacts instantly. The practiced ancient defense. The massive bulls move to the perimeter, a wall of ivory and muscle. The cows turn inward, surrounding the calves, their trunks reaching out to touch and reassure their young. They have faced the great cats before, but they have not faced these cats. The established predator-prey dynamics of this land are about to be rewritten in blood. The attack is a masterpiece of tactical terror. A single, large male homo, the room breaks cover on the west flank, a deliberate and suicidal feint. It roars, a saw-toothed sound that rips the air and charges the line of bulls. The giants turn to meet it, their rumpeting calls shaking the very ground. They are focused on the single, obvious threat, their immense power drawn point in space. It is a lie. As the bulls surge west, the real attack comes from the east. 6 more cats, moving low and fast through the grass, explode from their cover. They are not a wave of brute force, but a spread of silent, efficient killers. They ignore the adults. Their target is singular, a young calf, barely a season old, momentarily separated from its mother's leg by the herd shift. The clan can only watch in frozen horror. Zaya's whispers are useless. Her language has no words for deception, for a feint, for a coordinated flanking maneuver. She warned of cats, but she could not warn of a plan. 2 cats hit the calf's hind legs, their weight and momentum bringing it tumbling to the ground. Another to go for the throat, their namesake teeth not biting, but slashing, severing arteries with a horrifying precision. The calf's scream is cut short, a wet, gurgling sound. Its mother turns, a mountain of berserk fury. But it is too late. The cats holding the calf down release it and melt back, their work done. The rest of the pack is already dragging the bleeding, dying animal way into the tall grass. The entire hunt has taken less than a minute. The bull that charged the fainting male finds only empty air, the cat having vanished as soon as its job was done. The herd is left with a dead calf, a grieving mother whose cries are a spear in the heart, and the shattering realization that their ancient defense is worthless. Aya looks from the grieving mammoths to her own helpless people. Their whispers did not save the calf. Their warnings were a child's story told to a storm. The bridge of communication was not strong enough. The wind, their oldest ally, now carries the screams of a failed partnership. Grief is a poison. It seeps into the herd, turning their deep, rumbling peace into a chorus of agitated, mournful calls. The mother of the dead calf is a wound in the heart of the herd, her cries a constant reminder of their failure. The cats will come again. They are too successful, too intelligent to abandon such a rich hunting ground. Zaya knows this. The symbiosis is broken. Her people are now just small, furred creatures hiding behind a failing wall, and when that wall finally crumbles, the cats will find them. The matriarch sits before a low fire, watching the flames. The clan's children sleep fitfully. The hunters stare into the darkness, their simple stone tools feeling useless in their hands. The old way is dead. It was murdered in the long grass by a creature that could think. Zaya's mind, a crucible of fear and desperation, begins to work. The cats used the land to their advantage. They used deception. They turned the mammoth's strength into a weakness. To survive, her clan must do the same. They cannot simply warn. They must lead. They must become the mind that directs the body of the herd. She finds the place the next morning, a narrow, steep-sided ravine, a scar in the earth barely wide enough for 2 mammoths to pass abreast. It is a natural trap, a place where flanking is impossible, a place where power can be concentrated into a single, devastating hammer blow. The elements of a plan begin to form, a desperate piece of cognitive archaeology, the excavation of a new way of thinking. Communicating it is the great challenge. The old language is not enough. She finds Old Mother and begins to speak in a new tongue, a language of action and tools. She draws the ravine in the dirt with a stick. She uses small pebbles for the cats, large rocks for the mammoths. She shows the feint, the flank, the kill. Old Mother watches, her great eye filled with a deep, sorrowful intelligence. Then, Zaya changes the drawing. She takes a charred stick from her belt pouch, fire, channeling the pebbles and the rocks together into the drawing of the ravine. She mimes the chaos, the crushing, the victory. It is a staggering leap of abstract thought, a prayer that the mind behind that great, wrinkled face can understand strategy. Old Mother looks at the drawing, at the stick, at Say, as intense, pleading face. For a long moment, there is only the sound of the wind. Then the matriarch's trunk reaches out, not to touch Zaya, but to gently nudge one of the large mammoth rocks, pushing it into the ravine over the cat pebbles. They do not have to wait long. The cats, arrogant with success, begin their hunt at dusk. The feint comes from the west. But this time something new happens. As the flanking party breaks cover from the east, a line of fire erupts from the grass, a sudden, terrifying wall of light and smoke. The cairn's hunters, their hands trembling, have little line of dry brush. The cats, creatures of stealth and shadow, recoil from the flames. Their path is blocked. Another fire line springs up on the opposite flank. The cats are now caught in a corridor of fire. Ea, standing on the high rock, gives the signal she showed Old Mother, a high piercing shriek. The herd, already agitated, turns it into a roar of focused rage. Led by the grieving mother, they do not scatter. They charge. They stampede down the corridor of fire, a living avalanche of flesh and fury, directly towards the ravine where the panicked cats are now trapped. The result is not a fight. It is an execution. The full, terrible power of the herd, guided by the intellect of a tiny, fertile, is unleashed. The whispers have become a roar of fire and stone. The symbiosis is not broken. It has been reforged in flame, harder and more dangerous than ever before. This was a turning point in the epic of human evolution. The moment warning became a plan. Xia and her clan were not the first to communicate with beasts, but they were the first to become their strategists. This leap, from observing the world to actively shaping its outcomes, is the very bedrock of our species' improbable ascent. It is a story etched not in stone tools, but in the ghost of a shared thought between two minds that could not have been more different. Active symbiosis between the tactical cunning of early human ancestors and the gargantuan power of the megafauna was a force that would reshape the balance of the prehistoric world. It proved that true power is not the ability to kill, but the ability to turn a partner's strength into a weapon, and their trust into a shield. For the greatest tool our ancestors ever wielded was not a sharpened stone, but a shared purpose. But what happens when that purpose is turned against their own kind?